Oh man, Christmas just keeps getting better and better. Hey guys, this is Angry Monkey here, and after unboxing three Boxuchan boxes, it is now time for my Retro Game Treasure box as well, and I'm also going to show off other pickups I got throughout the month of December, as well as a few from late November. Yeah. Anyway, so for those who are new to the channel and you're wondering what this is Retro Game Treasure, a video game subscription service that sends 3 to 5 games to your house every month to add to your personal collection. This is not a rental service. You get to keep these games, and these games are built based on a survey that you fill out on the website. And so you fill out the genres of games that you like and the consoles that you have games for, and that way they can build a box for you, and it is unique to you. Nobody else will have the same combination of games. Well, maybe not. Maybe, but who knows. Anyway, you have some really old school stuff here, like Atari and Intellivision. You have Nintendo stuff all the way up to the Wii. So NES, Super Nintendo, 64, GameCube, and Wii, as well as the Game Boy line of the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS. You have Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Sega CD, Sega Dreamcast, Sega Game Gear. You have PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4, plus PlayStation Portable, plus original Xbox 360 and Xbox One. There's a lot to get here. A lot of games, and a lot of consoles to choose from. So anyway, you go on the website, you fill out a survey, and again, you fill out the consoles that you have and the genres, which is definitely the most important part. The genres that you like, so you check those off, and don't check what you don't like. So most people don't like sports games, so you don't check off that you want sports games in your box, and you won't get sports games. But you can check off that you like platformers or shooter games, arcade games, RPGs, whatever. You can check all that off. Check off that you like the second tier being that you like anime based games or Disney based games or Pokemon looking games, stuff like that, wrestling games, skateboarding games. Yeah, you can kind of like customize even like a subcategory of that. You can also check off that you like getting accessories as well. I've gotten a memory card for the PS2 before. I've gotten a Yoshi stylus for the DS. I've gotten like a little eye camera thing for a PS3. I've gotten what was it, like collectible stickers from like 1992 in one of my boxes recently. So you can get stuff like that as well. It's really cool, some of the stuff that you can get. You can also check that you want import games, getting games for like the Famicom or Super Famicom or Japanese Game Boy or whatever. And there's a good chance I'll have one of those in this box. It's like every other month I get an import game. You can also request demo disc as well. I wouldn't mind getting that, but I don't want that to be one of my 3 games is just a demo, so that's why I don't have that checked off. So I guess I'm a little picky on my demo games, but some people are not as picky on their demo discs. So yeah, I kind of feel like I flew through that. Usually I spend a little bit more time. Oh yeah, that's why I feel like I was flying through this. Just in case you're wondering, well, gee, I have a pretty big game collection already. How do I avoid getting duplicates? Well, you're the one who would avoid that by going on the website and you fill out the checklist of all the games that you already have, so that way you don't get duplicates in your box, but you got to make sure you check off all versions of that game. So Star Wars Battlefront on PS2 came in both the standard black label plus the red label greatest hits, and it also is on original Xbox as well. So if you already have it on PS2, you probably don't want both versions of it, and you probably don't want it on original Xbox as well, unless you're collecting a full catalog of PS2 games and original Xbox games or something like that. But I already have the red label greatest hits on PS2, so I don't need the black label on PS2, and I don't need it on original Xbox, so I go in and I check off that I have all versions of that game. There's also a wish list feature of games that you'd like to get in your box. Don't expect Earthbound, of course, but if you're looking for Mario World on Super Nintendo, you might get that in your box, or I don't know, some of the Splinter Cell games or something like that, like a cheap $5 game. It's like, hey, that'd be kind of cool to get. Yeah, you'll probably get that in your box. I mean, not guaranteed, but the bigger wish list that you have, the more likely that you're going to get something from that wish list. I've gotten a wish list item like every month for the last like year and a half or something, because I just have a pretty big wish list of just some smaller titles, or like, oh, that'd be kind of cool to get. Yeah, obviously I'm going to go ahead and throw on that I want Earthbound, but I know I'm not going to get that, and I'm not disappointed that I'm not getting it. I just accept that in my 35 or whatever dollar box that I'm not going to get a game that is going to be like 8 times that price. But yeah, you can still get some really cool stuff in your box. I've gotten some really good games. Like I got a Donkey Kong game last month, which was pretty cool. I mean, yeah, it was just an import video, Donkey Kong Land on Game Boy, but Donkey Kong Land's such a good game, so yeah, I was excited to get that. Yeah, I think that's everything now. So, why don't we go ahead and get started and opening our box. So, as always, I'm going to have the box face backwards, so that way we don't get spoilers on what our next game is. Oh, and I guess I should zoom out too. I'm hungry, so you might hear my stomach growling, and that's probably why I'm a little airheaded right now. Yeah, so let's get started. So, first up is the greatest Christmas present of all, our Air Defender lights from DiscountAirPillows.com, where pillows are inflated, not prices. The most important aspect of your Retro Game Treasure box is, of course, our Discount Air Pillows that are making sure that our games that we got are well protected. And like I said, it's the greatest Christmas present of all. Alright, first up we have an Atari game, which is... we got Barnstorming, which I don't know anything about this. I know the label's kind of beat up, but I've noticed that. I think it was Aggie Thunderpaw points out that a lot of the Activision games on Atari just have this kind of beat up looking label. It's kind of gross looking, but I mean overall it's in good shape. It's just like the glue or something. This is from 1982, by the way. I don't really know what this game's about, but as always, right there is a little bit of gameplay showing what the game is. Okay, we got 4 games. This one feels like a... so I'm assuming they're going to be like PS4 and Xbox. Okay. Oh, this is a European release of Darksiders 3. So I hope yeah, PS4 isn't region locked, so you can still play a European game on your American PS4. I remember checking that. PS5 is the same way. So yeah, this is cool. I know I've heard of this game. And I think I have one of the Darksider games on PS3. Yeah, I've got Darksiders 2, limited edition apparently, on PS3. I got that at GameStop years ago. So yeah, I knew that's why I recognized the name. So now I got Darksiders 3, which is pretty cool. Alright, we got an Xbox game, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which I have one of the Mirror's Edge games digital on PS4, but it's nice to have a physical copy of it. But now I'm wondering, did I get this physical? Okay, good news. I do not have this physical, so I'm very excited to have a physical version of this, even though I would have preferred it on PlayStation because I associate it with PlayStation, but yeah. I remember when this game was new, or at least maybe the first one on PS3 was new. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was the first one I have digitally on PS3. I think that's what it is. But yeah, I remember when this game was pretty popular. It looked really good, and I never got around to playing it. But now I have it again, in physical this time, which is always better in my opinion. And we got one more game. This feels like another PlayStation. Oh, Resistance 2, which I don't think I have any of those. I think Resistance might have been my wish list item. Was getting the Resistance trilogy. Includes over $10 of DLC and exclusive content. I doubt that is still a thing. Oh, but we have a 30-day free trial for PlayStation Plus. I doubt that's still a thing because this game came out in 2008. Yeah. But I just remember this is a PlayStation exclusive trilogy on PS3 back in the day, and never got around to playing it. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to play Resistance 2 before playing the first one, but that's one less I got to look for now. So, yeah. So this is what I got in my Retro Game Treasure box, which usually I only get 3 games, so the fact that I got 4 games is pretty exciting. And so here's the box. You got Treasure, and they're showing off the website, so you can go onto this website and fill it out for yourself. But I got a link in the description below, which is also through my like reference thing, so that way if I refer 3 people, I get a free box. So guys, if you guys are new to Retro Game Treasure, help a guy out here and get me a free box. That'd be really cool. Anyway, yeah, I'm joking. I mean, like, if you want to, that's awesome. But I'm just here to share what Retro Game Treasure is. You can also go on their social media pages and post a picture of what you got, and you're entered into the Boss Chest giveaway, which could be a game console. I've seen a Sega Master System. I've seen a PlayStation on there as a Boss Chest giveaway item. So you can win a game console and then be like, cool, I won this PlayStation, so I'm going to go on Retro Game Treasure and say I want these PlayStation games from you guys, and you might get some PlayStation games in your box. So, I guess that's all I have on this part of the video, but stick around because, well, I got some other goodies I want to show you guys. I got a lot of stuff in the last month that I want to show off to you guys. So, I'll clear off the table and I'll show off what I got. Okay, so these first few games I got in November, and November was a very expensive month, as I mentioned in the last Retro Game Treasure video, so I wanted to take it easy on any purchases I got for the rest of the month. And I tried to take that easy in December as well, but I got a story that will show on why that was impossible. The first thing I got was Mega Man 5 on NES, which now I have a full Mega Man NES collection. Mega Man 5 is the last one I needed. Sadly, it's also the most expensive, so that hurt since I was trying to not buy anything else in the month of November, and my cousin's like, hey, I'm at this game store and they have Mega Man 5, and I'm like, oh, fine. I get it, because, yeah. So, anyway, I got Mega Man 5, which I was really excited to pick that up. And I also, this was at GameStop down in, like, Gatlinburg area, and they had a sale. And, well, my cousin went in there to buy a PS5, and I'm like, okay, I guess, since you're getting a PS5, I'll look around, and I found a few PS4 games. One of them I wasn't planning on getting, but I had 3 in my hand, and they're like, do you find a 4th game over there? It'd be a lot easier to, like, ring up sales if there was a 4th game. Like, sure, so I bought a 4th game. But I had so many points. He's like, yeah, you got, like, so many thousand points. We can, like, I don't know, like, some of the stuff would be, like, really dirt cheap or possibly free, and I'm like, yeah, since I spent so much money in the month of November, let's do that. So I got Charon's Staircase, some interesting horror-looking game on PS4. By the way, these next few are PS4, but anyway, I got this. I was looking for the year release, but again, that's gonna be right there. But yeah, it looked interesting. Like, I don't know, you walk around like this scary house and stuff, try to figure out what's going on. I love games like that. So I figured I'd enjoy it. No, it was not $35. I bought it for like $2.70 or something. It was like really cheap. I also picked up JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I don't know what the rest of it is. Like Battle All-Star Battle R. Yeah, that's what it's called. And this was like $5. So so yeah, I think that was really good. And not only was that like less than 3, and that one like less than 6. These next two were completely free. So this was kind of the one I'm like, yeah, sure. If you need me to get a 4th game, sure. I guess I'll throw in the Sword Art game in it. This was free, so that worked out pretty well. I don't know if it's good or not, but it's free. And this was the mind-blowing one. Yes, this was also free. Was Neptunia Sisters versus Sisters. So I don't really know much about the Neptunia series, but it's just like an action-y game. In fact, this was also kind of an action-y game too. Like I said, I don't really know what to expect with either of these, but they were free. Like, what can be better than that? Like, so these 4 games for $10, which again is just mind-blowing. And then this was another trip to GameStop, and I found a few games, and this is December now, and I'm like, well, I don't want to buy a lot because I'm still trying to recover from the month of November. I mean, like last time I was here, I spent like $10 on 4 games, which is amazing. But anyway, I ended up with 4 more games. So I got this Dead Cells Return to Castlevania game, which I don't really know what Dead Cells is. I've never heard of it, but I mean, it's a Metroidvania, obviously from Castlevania. It's a Metroidvania kind of game, so it looked like it'd be pretty cool. So I picked that up. I picked up this Oddworld Soulstorm Steelbook, and I just really like that Steelbook. At first, the guy couldn't find the Oddworld disc. He's like, do you just want the Steelbook? And I'm like, yeah, well, I was kind of hesitant to spend this much money anyway, so if you can't find the disc, don't worry about it. And he's like, oh, I found the disc. I'm like, oh, cool, get to spend $23 more. All right. So, anyway, I picked that up. Little Big Planet karting on PS3, which I still find it weird that in 2023 I've been able to find PS3 games and Xbox 360 games and stuff like that at GameStop, because, well, for a while they were just like current only and past gen only, I guess. But this is now 2 generations ago. But yeah, I got Little Big Planet karting, which came out 2012. So yeah, I was in college when this game came out. Crazy. And then I got Wii Party on the Wii, of course, also at GameStop. This is complete in box. Everything's in pretty good shape, so I was excited to pick this up. I think it's just like a Mario Party clone, but with the Mii characters. But they do like little mini games. So I'm like, yeah, that's definitely something that we'd play on the channel because of all the Mario Party games that we play on the channel already. So anyway, I go to ring up those, and also, of course, like I said, I'm hesitant to spend this money, and he's like, Oh, did you want to pick up the amiibos today? Oh, uh, yeah, sure. I didn't realize that the amiibos were out yet. Oh, yeah, they came out this week or last week. And I'm like, sure. I just throw them on the my tab here. So I got 3 amiibos. So I got some Splatoon characters. I got Fry. I don't really know the Splatoon characters all that well, but I just love collecting amiibos, and I couldn't pass that up. And this one is Shiver. And this one, ooh, this is a big boy. Or big man, I should say. Which I just realized that he's a manta ray or whatever, stingray. So big man. I don't know. I was just like, oh, big man, okay. Still, my big boy, big man pun. I'll take credit for that. So anyway, I bought all those, which was pretty expensive. And while I'm there, he's like, "Oh, also, you never picked up Pikmin 4 that came out in July." And I'm like, I wasn't told that it was out. I mean, it should have been obvious because I'd been at GameStop several times, but I didn't realize that I pre-ordered it. But I'm not surprised that I did. But I wasn't informed. So I'm like, okay, yeah, throw in Pikmin 4 as well. I planned on getting it when it came out, and I just wasn't informed that it was coming out, and I pre-ordered it. And he's like, that's weird. Yeah, we should have told you. I'm like, yeah, the only thing that I was informed of was that Star Ocean game. All the other pre-orders I made, I wasn't informed. I'm like, sure, throw that in the stack as well. And then he's like, and then he starts laughing. He says, your membership's going to expire. Do you want to go ahead and renew that? And I'm like, okay, sure. Just like, I go from like, oh yeah, to, oh, okay, to, it's just like comical, like my reactions to just everything that he was tacking on of things that I already pre-ordered that I never picked up for this reason or another. And I'm like, sure, just, and I'm like, then he's like, what about this? I'm like, no, I need to just stop. Because I think the other thing that I pre-ordered was, I think there was something I pre-ordered just because I canceled a pre-order something on something else, and I put it on this, and I'm like, just, we'll put that on something else for right now. I'm not really worried about it right now because of all that I picked up already. But he kind of felt bad for me. So he gave me a Mario Wonder poster, which I already got when I got Mario Wonder, but I got another poster. As well as this Sonic Superstars something. I don't really know what it is. Oh, that's neat. I like this. I don't know why I didn't open this until now. Okay, so I took it out of the bag. That's what it looks like. That's actually pretty cool. This was a game that I wanted to pre-order, and I think I did have it pre-ordered, but I realized that Sonic games get pretty cheap after like 6 months or a year, so I decided to cancel that and just pick it up when it gets cheaper. So anyway, that was free, and these were free. I don't really know what this was a pre-order bonus to, because it wasn't Mario RPG, and it wasn't Mario Wonder. So I don't know what this was, but it's pretty cool, and it was free. So I got those. Then I go to Walmart, because I had to get a few grocery items. And, well, Walmart is discontinuing selling Xbox games. Apparently just some kind of deal with Microsoft and stuff, and they're going to just move away from selling Xbox games. So they had a lot of games. Well, I mean, half the shelf was just cleared out, gone, and it won't be restocked. And the other games were on clearance for like $15 or $20. So I decided, well, yeah, these games are going to be like $15, $20 maybe. Yeah, I'll look at them and see what I can find. So I picked up this Anno 1800 game. I don't really know if this is. I mean, it's Game Eye says it's strategy, and even after seeing some gameplay of it, I don't really know what kind of strategy game it is. If it's going to be like a real time war strategy, or if it's just like expanding and like building a city type simulation kind of strategy game. Like, is it uh, like a retro 1800s SimCity kind of game, or is it like war plus city building? I don't know. But it was cheap, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up, even though I spent all that money. This is all the same day, like the same day as the Amiibos and GameStop. But I'm like, it's anyway. I picked that up. I've wanted this one for a while. Was the Nickelodeon All Star Brawl? This is basically Smash Brothers, but with Nickelodeon characters, and I grew up on a lot of these Nickelodeon shows anyway. I mean, I didn't really grow up on Ninja Turtles, but I appreciate Ninja Turtles. And I didn't really grow up on Loud House, one of the newer shows, but that's there. But I mean, you got like Nigel Thornberry, Cat Dog, and SpongeBob and Patrick, and Vader Zim, and Helga from Hey Arnold, and Aang from Avatar, like in Entoff, Danny Phantom. Like, so it's just like, this looks cool. I gotta pick it up. And again, it was like $15. So yeah, I picked that up. And Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remastered, which the old school Tony Hawk games were just really fun. Like PlayStation and PS2, Xbox era, like those Tony Hawk games were just really fun. And again, I'm not big on like sports games, but like Tony Hawk is one of those you make an exception to. It's kind of like the 1080 snowboarding on GameCube, 1080 Avalanche. Like, I don't really play those types of games, but it was just a game that was so fun and just so much of the era that you're like, I gotta play this game for like nostalgia and stuff. So they remastered 1 and 2, I think. Yeah, remastered in stunning 4K. Yeah, so I just had to pick up this game as well. And then one more game. Oh, no, I forgot I had a couple more. Anyway, my cousin got me this game, which I've wanted for a while. Miles Morales, exclusive on the PS5. Well, I mean PS4, but it's only exclusive to PlayStation. You can't get this on Nintendo or Xbox. But I just hear this is a really good Spider-Man game. And I'm like, hey, a good game's a good game. Even if I'm not big on superheroes and Spider-Man and all that stuff, like, if the game's fun, it's fun. And I've seen gameplay of it, I'm like, okay, yeah, this game looks pretty cool. So I was excited to get it. I played this at Kajinama's house once, was Puyo Puyo Tetris on the Switch, which you can bounce between the Puyo Puyo and Tetris modes, or have like one person play Puyo Puyo, the other one plays Tetris, or whatever. It's just fun party chaos is the best way to describe it. Apparently there's also a second one now, but I got the first one. So anyway, I was excited to finally pick this one up, and maybe we'll play it on the channel because I know Kaj enjoys it, and Phoenix enjoys it, and yeah. So anyway, I picked that one up. I also got this, I'd never seen this before, this Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, which is really cool because you can see here all the games that it includes. I mean, it's basically just all the variations of 1 through 3, but like you have like Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo and all those other like weird names, and Alpha 3, and just all the other like iterations of Street Fighter 1, 2, and 3 all on one collection, which is really nice. So I was excited to pick that up. And the last thing that I got was they had $10 off on Xbox controllers. And I'm like, you know what? I've wanted an Xbox Series X, like a second controller, for a while. And I learned that these are also compatible with the Xbox One as well. So I have well, I guess a third controller to use between the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X, but I just really love this color. Like, look at that. Like, it's like purple, but it's blue at the same time. And I'm like, okay, I really like this. Like, there was like this other one that was like a storm cloud thing, and it's all unique or whatever. And they had one that was like a gold, like a black to gold controller. I'm like, that's cool. But I mean, like this one, like it changes with the lights. Like it's like I said, it's blue, but like over here it's purple. But when you move it, like now it's like all purple, and now it's like all blue. It's cool. So yeah, I got this brand new. And so that was another thing I got, because like I said, I got it $10 off. I've been wanting that for a while, so I picked that up as well. So yeah, this was quite the month. December had a lot of purchases, a lot more than I expected, but I was excited to get the stuff that I got, and especially when you add that on top of all the anime that I got this month as well. Yeah. Christmas just kept giving, so it's pretty exciting. So yeah, if any of these games interest you, let me know, and I'll put them on the wish list, and maybe we'll play them on the channel. So if you're like, if you want to see a playthrough of Puyo Tetris, let me know. I'll put it on the request list, and we'll get to it when we clear up something else on the playing list, because we got a lot that's in rotation right now. But once we start clearing some of that out, then we'll go through some of the requested games and play some of those on the channel. But I mean, we got a lot on our list right now between Pokemon Coliseum and LA Noire, Mario Party 4, Tales of Symphonia, Donkey Kong Kingdom, Super Smash Bros., Subspace Emissary, Majora's Mask. We got so much that's in rotation right now. But once we clear out some of that, then we'll add in some of the other games that have been requested, because we got a pretty good request list already. And I just kind of feel bad that we haven't touched it yet, because we haven't been able to meet up. Everybody's been so busy, and I've been busy with stuff, with life, and I guess everybody else has too. But yeah, it's there. Like we haven't been ignoring you guys, and I haven't been neglecting the channel. I just haven't been able to really do much with the channel. But I mean, hey, I've been able to do a few videos this week, so it's been pretty cool. And hopefully next year I'll be able to get a little bit more freedom to upload more content. And yeah. So I guess that's all I really have for now on this one. But if you haven't yet, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified when that playthrough of Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl comes out. If you've been wanting that one for a while and you're like, oh cool, they finally got around to that, yeah, that way you'll know. Or some other game that I have on my shelf, that way you'll just know when a new video comes out, whether it's a new unboxing video or update video or let's play thing. Or I've got a lot of ideas in my head that I'm trying to balance between work and life and everything else, but I've got a lot of ideas spiraling around in my head that I'd love to create for you guys someday. So just be subscribed and notified, so that way you'll know when they come out. I also have a Facebook page where I post these videos on Facebook. If I get a little bit bigger, then maybe I'll do like a poll on if you want to see Oddworld or Dead Cells next on the channel or something. I don't know, throw in like 2 or 3 different things, and the top voted one is the one that gets played next. I mean, I got like 4 subscribers on or followers on Facebook, so I'm not going to bother with that. But that's an idea I have for the future if I get a little bit bigger. I also have an Instagram where I'd be like, oh yeah, check out this really cool steelbook for Oddworld, and like here's the front, the back, and here's the disc, and talk about the game in a little bit more detail, and be like, what's your favorite memories with this game, stuff like that. I forget I have Instagram, but you'll see stuff like that if I do post on Instagram. But most importantly, I have a Discord where you can follow me on Discord. Just be like, I want to join your Discord. I'll be like, cool, here's an invite, and join the community of nerds where we have fun, hang out, nerd out, and talk about video games and anime and Pokemon, and we post memes, and it's just a fun community, and we'd love to have you a part of it as well. And I guess that's all I really have to say. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. I hope this is out before Christmas. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, and hope you guys have a Happy New Year. And hope to see you guys with more content in 2024. So you guys know how in a lot of my previous videos, for those who have watched my videos for a while, and I always say like, oh, this is the end of the video, time to move on and goodbye and all that, and then I always tack something on at the end because like right after I recorded it, I bought more stuff. That's what this is. And no, it's not an Xbox 360 replacement retail DVD game case green 100 pieces. No. That's just the box that they gave me. Yeah, I got more stuff. This is probably enough to be its own video, but I'll just make this one extra longer as an extra Christmas gift to you guys. So I'm going to move this out of frame and then show you guys one at a time what I got. This was from a brand new, well, not brand new store, but brand new to me. I've never been to this place before. And I just had to check it out. So anyway, I got a few PS3 games. I got Max Payne 3, which, by the way, I've got 1 and 2 on PS2, and now I've got Max Payne 3 as well. I also got Batman Arkham Origins, and so I think this completes my Batman Arkham series, because I got Arkham Asylum, and I got Arkham City, and on PS4 I got Arkham Knight, which I already had those 3, but I got Arkham Origins now as well, which I've only played a little bit of Arkham Asylum, but the little bit I played was really good, enough for me to want to get the whole series. So yeah, if you guys want to see the Batman Arkham series on the channel, let me know. I'd be down to play some more of it. Yeah, I enjoyed what I played. And then another PS3 game that I got was Silent Hill Downpour, which I've only played a little bit of Silent Hill 2, and it's probably my favorite horror game of all time, even though I've only played a little bit of it. And it's also enough for me to also want to get more of the Silent Hill games. So, I've got 1 on PlayStation, I've got 4 on PS2, I've got 2 and 3 remastered on PS3, as well as Homecoming, and I also have 1 on the Wii. I forget what that one's called. Shattered Memories. That's the one on the Wii. It's also on PS2, but mine's on the Wii. So yeah, I'm excited to add another Silent Hill game to my collection. Now, going a little backward in time here to the PS2, I got Alien Hominid on PS2, yeah, these, I think all 3 of these are complete, all 4 of these are complete in box. Yeah, that one is. Yep, that one is. Yep. So, this one stands out to me. This is the same, like, creator or developer or company that made Castle Crashers, which, for those who haven't heard of Castle Crashers or are new to the channel, me, Kajinama, and Citrus played Castle Crashers, like 8 or 9 years ago. It was a lot of fun, and I'm like, this is made by the same people, I gotta get it. So, yeah, I picked that up. I'm super excited. And also got Clock Tower 3 on PS2. So yeah, I got a couple horror games, which is pretty cool. So I've got the first Clock Tower game on original PlayStation. I don't think I have Clock Tower 2, but I was excited to get Clock Tower 3. This store that I went to had so many heavy hitters. Like, they had like Haunting Ground on PS2, and they had Twilight Princess on the GameCube, which is over $100, and they had Castlevania Dracula's Curse or whatever, the $200 Super Nintendo game. They had Earthbound. They had complete in box Bucky O'Hare for $600. They had little Samson there. That's the first time I've ever seen that game like in person. And well, obviously it was little Samson price of like $2,300. But yeah, they had so many, like, I've never seen so many rare games in one place before. It was pretty amazing. I also got, this was free. I got Gyromite on the NES, which I'm pretty sure I already have Gyromite. Yeah, I do. But this copy is really clean. And so if this copy is better than mine, then I'll just swap it out, and I guess I'll sell another copy of Gyromite. But yeah, this is really clean. Like, this is like outside of like a little scratch here. Like this label's like beautiful. But the reason why I got Gyromite is because I got something, and you guys could probably tell based on the way I'm describing this, I've been wanting this for a long time. And I am so excited to add this to my collection after all these years of looking for it. I got the robotic operating buddy, Rob. And I haven't tested it, but the guy says it works. And I mean, it's in really great shape. So, yes, he is complete. Because here is the, this holds the gyromites. And this is the other piece that holds the gyromites. And here is the thing that you put the controller in here, and it pushes the A and B buttons based on if these buttons are being pushed down. You can see there. There you go. And you got the two gyromites themselves. And yeah, I mean, it. Wow, it actually spins for a while. So yeah, I got a complete Rob the Robot that works with Gyromite. So I just need Stack-em or Stack Up, whatever it's called, and I'll have a Rob that can do everything that Rob is designed to do. But I'm halfway there already. I already got half the games now that Rob is required to work. But yeah, like I said, I was so excited to pick that up because I've been looking for Rob for ever since I discovered that he was an actual thing. I just thought he was a character in Smash Brothers on Brawl back on the Wii. And then when I realized that he was an actual real toy robot, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I got to get that. So I was really excited. For those who don't know what this is, when the video game crash happened in 1983 and just video games, nobody was buying video games anymore. And it wasn't until a little company from Japan known as Nintendo snuck into stores by offering, this isn't a video game, it's a toy robot. And you would interact with this robot with these interactive games, and that's how they snuck the NES into American stores, was by tricking the stores into saying, you're not buying a video game console, you're buying a toy robot and accessories that go with the toy robot. And that is how they were able to do it, and that's how they snuck into the video game industry, and Nintendo saved the video game industry in 1985, and that's kind of a brief history on how all that worked. But yeah, I've wanted one of those for a while, and so I was so excited. And if you think that this was the highlight, I got one more thing that I am equally excited to show you guys as I am Rob the Robot here. And that is a boxed 32X. Guys, this is amazing. Like, it doesn't have the manual or insert or whatever, but I mean, it has everything else. So if I were to pull this out, I mean, you have You have the little cable that goes from 32X to the Genesis. You have the AV cable. You have the massive power brick. And you still have, of course, the 32X itself with the little thing here. So the 32X came out in 1994 as another way for Sega to extend the life of the Sega Genesis. Because, yeah, the Genesis came out in, I think, 1989, and it was successful for a while, but Nintendo was still winning the video game industry during the fourth generation, and Sega was trying to find ways to, well, prolong the life of the Genesis while new technology was coming out. We're almost entering the fifth generation of game consoles with the 32-bit era, while Sega was still on 16-bit. Even Nintendo was still on 16-bit. And so they decided to release a the Sega CD, an attachment that goes on the bottom of the Genesis to have CD-based games, because that was the thing in 1993-94. And then they decided, okay, well, let's also push the boundaries of the Genesis and have 32-bit graphics. And they created the 32X, which is a very short-lived add-on, because people bought the Genesis, and then they had to invest in the Sega CD, and then they had to invest in the Sega 32X as well. All of them have their own power bricks, which is really hard to have all three plugged into the wall at the same time. So it didn't do that well. Plus, then another year or two after that, the Sega Saturn came out. I think the Saturn came out in 94? 94 in Japan. So yeah, like, not even a year or whatever after the 32X came out, the Sega Saturn came out. So, like, people were just getting bombarded, like, every other year with a new Sega console, basically. Like I said, you had the Genesis, you had the Sega CD, you had the 32X, you had the Saturn, all in 6 years. So yeah, that is almost one console a year. So people got a little fatigued, and that's why when the Dreamcast came out in 99, possibly even 98 in Japan or something, but I know it is 99 in America. Yeah, people were like, no, Sega, we're kind of done buying consoles from you, even though they finally got it right with the Dreamcast. The damage is already done. But anyway, like I said, I got a boxed 32X, and he threw in Doom for free, just like Gyromite was for free with the Rob. Which, I mean, Doom is a classic. I know that the computer version is obviously the best version of Doom, because all the console versions have some, like, minor issue that make it not the perfect version. Like, the Super Nintendo has the music, but it has, like, a really slow, like, frame rate. And one of the other versions, I don't know if it's the 32X or which version it is, has, like, the best graphics, but it doesn't have the music, which the music is a huge part of Doom. Anyway, I got another version of Doom, and maybe I'll do what the nerd did. The Angry Video Game Nerd played through all the versions of Doom, and maybe I'll do something similar at some point. I just need more versions of Doom, because I only have 2 versions of it now, and decide on which one is the best version. Aside from the PC, because I know, PC Master Race, this is actually kind of true. The PC version is the best. But the thing that I thought was really cool with this is it has the $24.99 sticker on it, and then it has, like, these reduced price stickers. So you see this $19.99 sticker there, and an $8 sticker, and this $9.99 sticker and $11.99 sticker. So, I mean, I wish that was the price I paid for not a complete in box, but a boxed unit. But still, this is just really cool. The history of this console, even if it didn't do that well, just the history of this console is just amazing to me. I've wanted this for, like, the last, like, 2 years or something. Like, this is, like, years ago, I'm like, this will be my next console. Like, I remember thinking like it was going to be the 32X or the Master System, and I managed to get a hold of a Master System, and I'm like, okay, the next console I get is going to be a 32X. I had an opportunity at Torg, and somebody bought it out from under me, so I still needed to get the 32X. And I'm kind of glad I held off, because I got one boxed. But, man, they did not make it easy, because there were other things I was going to get if I didn't get the 32X. They had a Virtual Boy there that had the box. They had a couple Game Boy Micros, which I would have gotten one of those because I've always wanted the Game Boy Micro. Ever since I saw a kid on the bus in 2005 play Game Boy Micro, I'm like, that's pretty cool. I kind of want to get one of those. But the guy says, like, we get Game Boy Micros all the time, so you're not really missing out on anything. I'm like, okay. But, yeah. Oh, I forgot a game. There was another game that was in this bag, and it was so small I forgot about it. So, yeah, I go from, like, huge and huge to, yeah, this is cool. I got Advance Wars Black Hole Rising on Game Boy Advance, which now I have all 4 Advance Wars games, not counting the Reboot Camp on the Switch, which has 1 and 2 together. Basically, the 2 Game Boy Advance ones were re-released on the Switch earlier this year, or was it last year? But now I have all 4 of the original series of Advance Wars. So like I said, the first one and the second one on Game Boy Advance. Dual Strike is the third one, and that's on the DS. And Days of Ruin is the 4th one that's also on DS. But now I have all 4 of the games. So I have a full set of Advance Wars. I'm really excited about that. And they had a lot of Game Boy games that I wanted to get as well. But, well, you have to make some sacrifices here, especially when you have 2 heavy hitters like what I got here. But, I mean, the guy cut me a deal. I got 2 of the items for free. So I basically saved like $23 or something, which is pretty good. And I budgeted for both of these. So, I mean, as expensive as these 2 items were, the 32X and the Rob, those were already budgeted. I have a game console budget, and, I mean, this is technically a game console. That's not a game console, but he's as expensive as one, so I'll take him out of the game console budget as well. Unfortunately, that means I have to start over on my video game console budget, but hey, that's fine. I'll build that up quick. But they had some other stuff there that I wanted to get as well. They had an Atari Stunt Cycle boxed. That's a first-gen Atari motorcycle game thing from like 1975, 76, something like that. And I almost got that too. But again, I wanted this for a while. And that. Yeah. So, what was your favorite item that you saw, I guess, in this entire video? I mean, I'm kind of glad that these got tacked on at the end, because, yeah, these are definitely the highlights of this video, is the 32X and the Rob. But I don't want to diminish the other exciting stuff that I got in the video as well. So, again, if you haven't yet, like and subscribe and hit the bell. Facebook, Instagram, Discord, all that stuff is still there. I don't want to have to go through that whole thing again, but I just want to remind you guys, since this is the official end of the video, it better be the official end of the video. I don't want to buy anything else for a while, because, yeah. But, yeah, this is the 2023, December. I've gotten so much good stuff. I feel like a little kid. I feel like I'm like 8 years old with all these video games and so many cool toys and cartoons, anime, but cartoons to watch and stuff like that. Like, it's exciting. I'm very excited, and I was so excited to share this with you guys as well. Yeah. So, if you haven't yet, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, and I think this is my last video of the year, so I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I hope to see you guys in that new year with even more content. See you guys then.